everybody, welcome to the Hacienda. Rivet here. Today we're going to make Rustici, which is Sicilian street food. Little packets of cheesy, gooey happiness. I'd never heard of these little things until about 2 weeks ago, and I decided I have got to make them. What they are little pockets of puff pastry. You make them into little round things that look like, I don't know, cream-filled donuts or something, but they're filled with a cheese sauce, béchamel that I'm going to make with butter and flour and mozzarella and all kinds of things. We got oregano and black pepper and sea salt, and the first thing we're going to start doing, apparently you can go down the streets of Sicily and the vendors will sell them to you, and you know, they're hand food. And the videos I've seen, oh my god, the juicy, gooey deliciousness inside. I've got to make them. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take this is a Mediterranean pasta sauce. I had it in the cupboard, so we're just going to use that. You can start out with just crushed tomatoes or tomato sauce. We're going to jazz it up with some Chianti, garlic paste, basil from the garden. So let's get going. Okay, have a hot pan here, and we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to there. Generous amount like that, because that's going to add flavor to the finished sauce. And as that heats up, we're going to saute those onions that I've minced up fairly finely. Well, onion, half an onion. And let's get that hot. Alright, the onions are starting to get translucent, so at this point we're going to give it a squirt of some cheater's garlic, because you know you got to have garlic in there. And we'll call that, a good tablespoon. Okay, we're going to stir that in real nice. Okay. Smelling great already, but then of course some of the nicest smells in the world are frying garlic in onion, right? Okay, to that we got a teaspoon each coarse ground black pepper and sea salt from Spain. Why? Because I got it at a really good price. Okay, so that's good. At this point we're going to add some Chianti. Okay, I got Gabbiano grocery store wine. It's good. I guess we'll add, what are we going to call that? Half cup. Okay, now we want to bring this to a boil, so I'm going to turn it on to high, and to that we're going to add the minced basil from the garden and a tablespoon or so Mediterranean oregano. And what else do I need? Oh yeah, well, the passata, the tomato sauce. So let's go ahead and put that in there. Oh, that looks delightful. Okay, we'll whisk this up. Now, we're going to need to set this off to the side to reduce. So this is fine so far. Flavors are looking magnificent. Now, this is optional. I've got this tube of tomato paste, so and you take the cap there and stab it like so. Make a hole. And let's add the equivalent of 2 tablespoons just to speed up the thickening process. We'll get that mixed in nicely. Okay, it's combined well. I'm going to set it off back there into the upper left hand burner over medium and let it reduce down. Let's start with the bechamel. Alright, so we're making the bechamel here. We're starting out with a stick of butter, and to that we add a 1-to-1 ratio of flour. So that's 8 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to add 8 tablespoons of flour, which is half a cup. And I've got it on number 3. I would guess that's medium low. And we're going to stir this up real nicely. Now we got to add a little bit of salt to it. I have a spoon here. And I'm using the sea salt again. Why? Because I like it. It's good. We're going to add about a scant teaspoon. And we're going to mix that up. Okay, let me square away the kitchen. Join me in a bit. Alright, so we got the stirring real nice. The pomodoro sauce in the back burner is thickening up nicely. So now what we do is I'm adding whole milk in little dribs and drabs here until we get a nice sauce. You see how it's flour's thickening up. And I don't know the quantities of milk you're going to add. I've made so much, I just know what it's supposed to look like. So join me when it's ready. Alright, and so here it is. You can see the consistency. It's really nice. I've added about 1.5 pints of milk. So now we're going to keep this on low and let it cook a little bit while I grate some cheese. Alright, so this has been cooking for about 15 minutes. I have had to add milk. Total milk to this recipe has been 1 quart so far. I've tasted it. Delightful. The flour taste is almost completely gone. Another 5 minutes of cooking and it's ready. Meanwhile, over there, the pomodoro sauce is looking fantasticus. Now to that, we are going to add some mozzarella cheese that I've grated up because this is one of the signature fillings of the Rustici. So let's get that all blended in nicely. You can see how the cheese has incorporated really well with the bechamel. So now we're going to turn the heat off and we're just going to let it sit there while we prep the Rustici and put them together. Join me then. Okay, so I'm going to start out with just 2 Rustici for the video. I'm going to make a crap ton later. So the first thing we're going to do is we got to do an egg wash across the whole bottom of the first disc. Now I have never made these little babies before, so I'm attacking them with a little trepidation because I don't know, I always get stressed out when I'm using puff pastry. Okay, so then we take the second one and we layer that on that. That's to form a seal. Now we are going to then egg wash the second layer. Now a caveat, I have watched a lot of YouTube videos on how to make these. There's about as many variations as there's nonnas in the island of Sicily. So you could make them any. I've seen it with only 1 layer at the bottom. But, okay, so we got that. The first thing that we got to do is we put the delicious red sauce that's concentrated and steamy. Then on top of that, come on, bechamel, cheesy bechamel, very cheesy bechamel. We put that on top of that, like that. Now there's a method to my madness here. Okay, and we want to bring this kind of up to the center. Just put that there. Then, on top of that, we got more Mozz. I told you this was going to be a gooey, cheesy happiness. We got the Mozz there. Put the Mozz there. Now I got the oven preheating to 400 degrees. Then we take this guy, put it here, and we seal it and squeeze all the sauces and things inside so it doesn't have a blowout. Now this doesn't mean it's not going to have a blowout, but this is essentially how you do it. Alright, so let's stick those in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Sorry, I forgot the final step. You got to egg wash the top of these babies too, so they have that beautiful appearance. So how could I have almost forgotten? Oh, the excitement of making this. So you got that. And okay, so you get the idea. Here we are, delightful Rustici. I've only been able to make 2 at a time because I can't roll out enough dough, small counter space. But let's check this out. It looks delicious. These babies are gorgeous. I've got 2 more in the oven. These have been cooling a while. Mrs. Rivet's already eaten one and she thought it was fantastic. So when the hot ones come out, we'll try those. Alright, here's my Rustici, piping hot. One of the last 2 that came out of the oven. Oh, they smell so good. Let's go ahead and cut it open. Split open. And let's look at this gooey stuff. Oh, is that gorgeous or what? Gotta put some in my mouth. Okay. Let me tell you, that bechamel with mozzarella in it, ooh la la, fantastic. Alright, here we go. Well, this cools off very fast. It's not too volcanic. Oh my god. That sauce I made, the addition of the red wine and the basil from the garden is immensely beautiful and delicious. If you don't have basil from the garden, well, get the fresh basil at the grocery store. Nothing wrong with that. But go ahead and jazz up your sauces, people. That's the way to go. Woo! Crap, that one's hot. Beware. There's pockets of volcano in there. Well, I like Rustici. Flavors go so well together. Never thought to put mozzarella and bechamel and use it as a sauce like this.